Secrets are like fire. They warm when small. They burn when fed. And when left unchecked, they consume everything in their path. Lady Whistledown has played with fire for far too long. Season after season, she has watched the ton dance to her tune, never realizing the strings were made of lies. But now the music falters, the dance slows, and the flames she lit threaten to swallow her whole. The question is not whether her secret will surface. The question is, what will happen when it does? Will the great families of London tear her apart, exposing her as nothing more than a coward with a quill? Or will they realize that destroying Lady Whistledown means destroying the very mirror that defines them all? For without her ink, without her words, the ton may find itself faceless, a society with no one left to tell its story. Perhaps this is the true danger, not the secret she hides, not the blood on her pen, but the silence that would follow if her voice were silenced. For London is addicted to scandal, and Lady Whistledown is its most dangerous dealer. To lose her would be to starve a society built on whispers. And so, as Season 4 approaches, one thing is certain. The sharpest quill in England may finally draw blood, but whose blood it will be remains the deadliest mystery of all. Will it be her enemies, her friends, or Lady Whistledown herself? As the final curtain falls, remember this. In the ton, love may conquer all, but secrets will always reign supreme. And so we return to the question that has haunted every ballroom, every carriage ride, every whispered glance in the candlelight. Who is Lady Whistledown? And what is she truly capable of? For years she has been untouchable, a ghost in plain sight, a voice that shaped the ton while hiding among them. But ghosts cannot hide forever. Sooner or later, the mask must fall. The deadliest secret is not simply that Lady Whistledown holds power. It is that she may have wielded it in ways the ton is not prepared to face. Love stories may falter, families may crumble, and reputations may be lost, but this season, everything balances on one truth. If Lady Whistledown's ink is stained with blood, then London's brightest society will never shine the same again. Season 4 does not promise us gentle scandals or playful games. It promises a reckoning, a battle between truth and survival, between love and betrayal, between ink and blood. And when the final page is written, the question will not be who marries whom, but who survives the story. So as we wait for the candles to be lit, the violins to play, and the curtains to rise, we must prepare ourselves for the most dangerous tale yet. For when Lady Whistledown's deadliest secret is finally revealed, it will not be a whisper. It will be a scream. What if the biggest secret in the world of Bridgerton was never about love, marriage, or reputation? What if the most dangerous scandal was not written in the papers of Lady Whistledown, but hidden deep within her own heart? For years, she has been the queen of whispers, the shadow behind every ruined ball, every broken engagement, every fallen name. But what if her sharpest words have not only destroyed reputations, but may have destroyed lives? Season 4 promises romance and rivalry, but behind the glittering chandeliers of the ton, one truth threatens to rise. A truth so dark, from the very beginning, Lady Whistledown was not just a gossip writer. She was a ruler of secrets, cloaked in mystery, untouchable by even the most powerful families. Her words were sharper than any blade, and her paper was more feared than any duelist's pistol. Every member of London's high society has lived in terror of her ink. But what no one asks is this: why? Why would someone risk everything to become this faceless voice of judgment? Beneath the grand gowns and diamond-studded ballrooms lies a darker motive. To some, Lady Whistledown is simply entertainment, but to others she is a weapon. Her words have toppled courtships. Her scandals have rearranged the very map of society. In many ways, she controls marriages, wealth, and even power. She writes with a hand steady as stone, but the price of such control must be heavy. Perhaps in the shadows, her pen has been used not only to expose secrets, but to hide them. Think about it. Every scandal she publishes shines a bright light, but every bright light also casts a shadow. What if Lady Whistledown uses her gossip not only to reveal, but to cover up something far more dangerous? A truth she cannot allow anyone to see. A truth tied not just to broken hearts, but to something deadly. This is where Season 4 begins to take a darker turn. Rumors suggest this is not the season of romance alone, but of revelation. The secret Lady Whistledown guards may not simply ruin reputations, it may destroy lives. And if that secret is forced into the open, the question becomes, how far will she go to keep it buried? So deadly, it could burn London's high society to the ground. The city of London thrives on whispers, but this season, the whispers carry a chill. Every carriage ride, every ballroom glance, every hushed conversation seems to circle around one question. What is Lady Whistledown hiding? The rumors are not about courtship or fashion this time. They are darker, heavier, and far more dangerous. Some believe that a death, long forgotten, will return to haunt the glittering halls of the town. They say her pen is not just dipped in ink, but in guilt. That one scandal in her papers may have gone too far, leading to a tragedy no one dared connect to her name. Could it be that behind the witty lines and sharp judgments lies the shadow of blood? Others whisper of betrayal. Friends close to her may finally turn, tired of carrying her burden, tired of living under her mask. What happens when the person you trust most is the one who knows your deadliest truth? In a world where loyalty can be bought, sold, and broken, even Lady Whistledown is not safe. And then there are those who believe she is no longer writing only for power or control, but for survival. That her paper is no longer just gossip, it is her shield. Perhaps she uses each scandal as a distraction, a way to keep prying eyes away from the one secret that would destroy her if uncovered. The Ton is bracing for a storm. And when it comes, it will not be a gentle rain of rumors. It will be a flood, sweeping through families, friendships, and reputations, leaving nothing untouched. For once, the gossip will not be about others. It will be about Lady Whistledown herself. And when her own name is dragged into the light, the question is no longer who will fall, but who will survive. Every scandal sheet begins with a quill and ink, but no one has ever asked the most dangerous question: what truly drives the hand that writes? For years, Lady Whistledown's words seemed playful, clever, a mirror held up to society. But mirrors do more than reflect. They can also distort. They can hide. They can protect. Perhaps her motive was never as simple as amusement or mischief. Perhaps the gossip pages were born out of something far more personal: pain, anger, even revenge. What if every line she ever wrote was not only about the lives of others, but about shielding her own? Think about it. While the Ton's brightest names fell under her gaze, no one ever looked close enough at her. Her words, her scandals, were a weapon to draw attention away from the secrets that truly mattered. Imagine the weight of carrying such a secret. Every paper she published was a gamble. Every scandal she revealed bought her more time in the shadows. But shadows cannot last forever. The more powerful she became, the more dangerous her position grew. The higher she climbed, the further she had to fall. And with each season, the mask she wore began to crack. Now in Season 4, the whispers grow sharper. Lady Whistledown is no longer writing only to rule society. She is writing to survive it. Each sentence may be a shield, each scandal a distraction. Behind the sharp wit is desperation. Behind the clever ink is fear. And perhaps, just perhaps, the deadliest secret of all is not in the lives she ruins, but in the life she is trying to protect. Ink has always been her weapon. But what if it has also been her crime? The most dangerous rumor swirling through the Ton is not about who she will expose next, but about what she has already done. Some believe Lady Whistledown's paper is haunted by a secret death. An accident, perhaps, or something more intentional. A name once written into her column, a scandal once whispered too loudly that may have pushed someone beyond repair. If true, her sharpest pen may have written not just words, but a fate. Picture it: a glittering ballroom where laughter hides trembling hearts, a carriage ride where shadows linger too long, a scandal that spreads faster than truth. Beneath the pearls and champagne, a single act buried, silenced, and forgotten. Except by her. This is the secret she guards with every page she prints, not to shame society, but to keep society from shaming her. But secrets do not stay buried forever. Season 4 hints at revelations that could tear the mask from her face. A rival may discover the truth. A friend may turn enemy. A family may finally ask the question no one dares. How far did Lady Whistledown go to protect her power? When that answer comes, it will not be a scandal. It will be a reckoning. And here lies the deadliest twist. Lady Whistledown has always thrived on destroying reputations, but if this secret comes to light, it will not be reputations at stake. It will be lives. For once, the most dangerous story is not the one she writes. It is the one written about her. And when ink turns to blood, no ballroom, no fortune, no romance will be safe. A secret is never just a secret in the world of the ton. It is a stone thrown into still water, sending ripples that reach every corner of high society. If Lady Whistledown's darkest truth is revealed, the ripples will become waves, and the waves will crash down upon every glittering ballroom, every perfect marriage, every carefully guarded reputation. The Bridgertons, once the shining heart of society, may find their name tangled in whispers not of love, but of ruin. Allies could turn into rivals, and rivals into executioners. A single revelation might undo years of charm, courtship, and honor. The same paper that once amused the elite could become a weapon powerful enough to shatter them all. Think of the romances we have adored. The stolen glances, the forbidden kisses, the promises whispered under candlelight. What happens to love when it drowns in suspicion? What happens to trust when every vow is shadowed by scandal? In Season 4, it is no longer about who weds whom, but who dares to stand when the truth strikes. And yet, here lies the cruelest twist. The ton has always loved its scandals. It fed on Lady Whistledown's words like sweet poison. But when the scandal is her own, will society finally tear her apart? Or will it cling to her with even more hunger? For in destroying Lady Whistledown, they may destroy the very game they cannot live without. This is not just the fall of one woman. It is the fall of an empire built on ink, secrets, and lies. The candles will still burn, the violins will still play, the gowns will still shimmer. But beneath the music, there will be blood in the water. And for the first time, every member of high society will wonder, is Lady Whistledown our judge or our executioner?